because the hero is so underplayed compared to the likes of like Shadow Fiend or Dragon Knight or Puck, that there are still some tricks to be left to be discovered. So that's always interesting when somebody finds out something that's really cool in a game that you play for over 10 years.
Well, Oracle's a fresh hero, and BraveHeart looks like a fresh team, so let's see how their first showing in this qualifier will go. Like you said, it is double elimination, so even if BraveHeart do lose, or if IGV lose, neither team are fully eliminated yet, as we are still in the upper bracket right now.
Just wondering, the Phoenix contest in the beginning is gone, right?
Yes, the battle pass has ended officially,
And
so
the chat
it
wheels
also
are gone.
means that you're not going to get your audio lines anymore.
No, I do miss LD.
I know. I miss sad trombone. I miss applause. I miss eta, prosta, niesta.
Shit, where's my real life chat wheel?
30 seconds.
Oh, did you lose it? I still have like 10 of them.
It's on my table somewhere. Alright,
Oh, okay.
I implore you to get me some chat wheel lines during the cast.
Okay, I can do that.
Because I'm sure people do miss that, you know.
Actually, wait, I have... Okay, so let's see how well is the audio going to come through. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's coming through. It's coming through.
Oh, okay.
And that was the perfect one. The horn was going, and
It
you're
was,
like,
wasn't it?
well done.
Battle begins.
I do expect you to now use the pillow to muffle a couple of them, and then when a big
Okay,
play
fine.
comes out, be like, wow.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, that's what I have my co-caster do. You know, very important details.
I'm really just a soundboard is all.
It's priming the chat wheel. Anywho, we got a mid Mirana versus a mid Dragon Knight. This is kind of a neither is gonna kill each other lane, and it's gonna be a farm fest. Although A76 is gonna be harassing here a little bit.
Yeah, and he's got 2 Sentry Wards. Mirana's still sitting on her 1, so we'll see whenever the battle begins. Meanwhile, top lane, AA getting kind of low.
Good harass.
Good for us.
I believe this is the second time today we've seen AA lane against the puck. And I think that's really taking away what AA's really only strength is in the laning stage, which is the ability to actually maybe chain send some people together and force out a kill. I think against the puck, the AA is essentially a big range freak. Like, there's not much you can do, right?
Especially with no setup, or like a stun setup. You've
Right.
technically got open wounds to slow down a target, but that's not enough to get a full cold feet proc, especially against a puck, like you say. Maybe if you had like a Sand King or some other, or if the Nyx Assassin was like tri-laning with AA, then maybe, but yeah, there's not much potential here. So for the most part, I imagine AA is just going to be trying to get experience, try to hit that level 6 so that they can start doing some combinations with the Riki across the map.
Well, so far I gotta say, Sakata might be a tier 1 player, but he is getting defecated on the mid lane by Dragon Knight. Not a good look here for Mr. Sakata.
Yeah, he's got a full Wraith Band. All DK has is Quelling Blade for damage, so...
I mean, you might argue that Crawling Blade is just better.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that DK actually went for the full Poor Man's Shield. A lot of times I've been seeing, I guess, more regen heavy plus Stout Shield Quelling Blade, but the Poor Man's make a big difference with the early armor. Meanwhile, top lane,
Ooh.
Cold Feet proc onto the Nyx Assassin.
Impale though on 2! Bruh, where you at? Dogfight's just gonna walk it off. Can they actually get the kill? And now it's gonna be HMX, sorry. Taking a ton more damage. He does have a salve, and he'll be okay. Alright.
Yeah, if that orb connected, they may have actually turned that around and gotten the first blood on Lifestealer, so wise of him to back off. Yeah, I guess you basically have to put all your energy into killing Nyx. It's not worth it trying to kill the puck.
Yep.
So open wounds, cold feet setup might work on the Nyx Assassin, but even then you've got to be concerned about getting the turnaround from puck.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nyx traditionally is quite weak against Lifestealer, because when he goes on you, the Spike Carapace is not really a good defensive tool, and neither is Impale, so Dogfight needs to really watch his positioning.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll start roaming around Ricky hasn't been doing much so far. For the most part, he was down bot for a little bit, and Mirana placed the sentry ward mid, but she hasn't really gotten any use out of it because Ricky does not seem interested in harassing mid, which is fine. Like you said, DK is handily beating the Mirana in terms of CS, and there's no real point to harassing the Mirana. Even though Dragon's Tail plus Smokescreen could be useful, you're probably still not going to get a kill.
Yeah, this is, to me, a very bad Ricky game in the laning stage, because really there is nowhere for him to go that you could get free kills. The mid lane matchup, I mean, what is Dragon Knight going to do in terms of harassing the bottom down to a killable range? Nothing, right? So
Right.
I don't think he can find a lot of opportunities there. And same thing with the bottom and even the top lane. So I think he's going to have to essentially muddle his way through the laning stage and then be more of a mobile ward as the mid game rolls around.
Yeah, he can venture up to the top lane if he wants. Smokescreen could be pretty effective against getting a kill on
Yeah, maybe get
SRF's
the puck. Yeah,
Right.
but
It's you'll have to waste a lot of time, especially because he's chilling in the bot lane. He finds a haste rune, but it looks like he might save it for DK.
okay. He is now heading mid. Does have the boots and the Orb of Venom as Y Chen is
There's this sentry ward right here, though, so Mirana is well aware.
hit him. There you go.
876 has a sentry of his own, but he's not going to bother countering it. Oh, bot lane.
Getting the extra heal. He was fine.
It's always so difficult to know whether to go for it as an Oracle, because you're like, he's so low. If I do one more Purifying Flames, he might die. But then you do it, and then you're like, great, well, I just gave him like a salve's worth of healing.
Although he did have sprint turned on, so maybe that was more reason for him to go for it.
True.
Slaughter with the poor man shield, not something that you see too often. He's likely gonna finish that Tranquil Boots and then farm for a while to get the blink.
Slaughter can be a little bit more selfish this game than some other games because he has the Riki kind of fulfilling his role of being a roaming initiator if needed, but he's not really going to be able to find much as Riki, as we said before. Now, Cicada, I don't know if he forced out Dragon's form or...
No, I think he just used it to
White.
harass. Haste Rune's gonna get activated, Sakata's gonna get stunned, Cloud should be available, and First Blood goes to 876. Alright, I just say that they're not gonna find much with the Haste Rune and the level 6 on the DK.
And now an Illusion Rune. He can actually push quite a bit here.
Yeah, he can. He has the Haste Rune still going, and now they're gonna go for a second half of the engagement. Nice Smoke Cloud, Fire Brief available, couple more right clicks, and they eat the ward. Alright, in the past 1 minute, BraveHeart has gotten a lot out of the mid lane.
Illusion Rune feels so good on Dragon's Form DK. These illusions last forever, and they all get the Corrosive Breath. So they deal like a surprising amount of damage.
My favorite part is when you activate the rune out of your bottle, like the dragon just pop up and it makes a huge ass sound. Alright, dogfights. Teleports in, looking for an impale setup. Dragon form does that, and so loses a little bit of that movement speed. Arrow will connect the stun, they will nuke him down, and the root is going to come through as well. I do believe this dragon is toasted, but he's getting healed back up. He's got the armor, he's got the regen, but the last right click from Sakata, thanks to the fact that he does have the Ring of Aquila, will get the kill. Nicely done.
And now Puck in the top lane, kind of in a difficult spot. Used Illusory Orb to... Oh, wow. Phase Boots, though, way out of that cold feet. And now he's just going to leave these people in a wild chase.
Orbing right into a tower.
Oh,
and
what a smoke!
they got him. Very nicely done.
That was a great cloud.
So, have you seen Phase Boot Pucks in other
No,
pro games
actually,
you watched that have done well?
So I wasn't 100% sure if it was like a regular thing. That's why I wasn't like, what? Phase Boots? That's crazy. But I really don't see it that often. I see treads like 99% of the time.
I think it's one of those items that you get if you plan to lane for quite a while, as we do see
Top
the Phase
lane.
Boots coming in here. Perhaps getting this kill? Oh my god! Did he get fogged? HMX in the
He
trees.
already canceled it. Oh.
Is that Phase Boot
Oh,
100%?
he has a orb now.
Alright, they get the kill. Alright, I'm gonna say that's a Phase Boot kill, right?
Dire's top
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So the
But
reason
tell me more about the merits of it.
The reason you get Phase Boots is when you are basically looking to sit in the lane and against an opponent that also sit in the lane, and you're just gonna look to lane control him and harass him much more frequently. You see it out
But
of...
no null talisman though. So that's the part that had me confused, because usually you'll see a null talisman for the damage, and you'll see double null tally sometimes if you really want to sit in the lane.
So face boots and double no talisman give you kind of comparable damage, but it's more about the movement speed you get, because when especially when you're in the side lanes, the fact that you could phase and chase in for like 2 to 3 more right click often gives you more than what no talisman can give you. You traditionally see it a little bit more on the mid lane pucks, but even there, that was a pretty rare build. I think I've seen Cancel done it like a long time ago when he played, I want to say for Alliance, or maybe I was like
Lane.
thinking of a different player.
Chase. Oh, what a cloud! No Stormbolt, Stormhammer.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh. I did say this was not a good Ricky game in the laning stage, but since then he's been everywhere. He's been every single lane, and he's found kills in every single lane. So, goddamn, A76 didn't work.
Yeah, he's managed to complete phase boots of his own, and he's just following flyby around. StarLadder has also managed to do very well. He's hit level 7 on this StarLadder, and they want to go on flyby?
It's gonna be a tough one. Yeah.
That's still like a pretty respectable amount of damage to put onto a Sven.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks like they tried to go on to mid lane. Mirana got dangerously low to dying, but so did DK, but both of them survived in the end.
Y-Chen gonna start punching this tower a little bit. Gotta be careful. Ports are coming in. The roots is gonna start things off. Long range root. Dogfight is gonna follow through. The arrow, I believe, got blocked by a creep. I heard the son of a.
Yep.
And as a result, Y-Chen is gonna just get healed up here by Super. They're gonna try to nuke him down again, but this is a tanky ass mofo. Pops a regen on the way out. He's good.
Yeah, they tried to go for the sub. Mirana was TPing back after she was regenning in the fountain, but range creep got in her way. There is a lot of setup for arrows this game, though. We saw it in the previous series as well, in Game 1, and at least this game they have more damage to follow up on all these arrows, but you've got the Root of Oracle, you've got Nyx Assassin's Impale, you've got Dream Coil, and you've got Stormhammer. Oh, they dust up the Riki after scanning him out.
And they should be able to get this kill. Nicely done. Oh, what the spike on the crush as well, but looks like they don't have enough follow-up to kill Lao A. Lao means old. So, old chicken. This is old A. Very creative usage of your name.
I see.
Got
That's
him.
clever.
Still better than the Gaze of Death that we should have watched.
Yeah,
on
I'm
IGV.
surprised we didn't get to see the Gaze of Death.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to that.
By the way, we don't know why
Playing the
we got that schedule change, but we should have been casting IG versus CDEC, but so far not disappointed with this game at all. Very good game.
Yeah. And I guess they just switched it, so tomorrow we'll probably see that. Today they went down to the second half of the bracket. But yeah, so far BraveHeart are, holding their own for sure. This is not looking like some random open qualifier team. IGV and BraveHeart are both playing very cleanly.
Yep. I do want to mention that I think the face boot puck has really done its work. Like, the build was... Oh, hold that thought here. Ice Blast coming up top. Smoke Cloud, right click coming through. There is an orb out. And let's see if we can get the Blink Strike follow-up, but no vision. And SRF is out. How often do you see the off lane taking the safe lane tower?
Yeah, Nyx Assassin was up there after Puck started farming, and Dogfights was able to finish off that tower. And now Dogfights is following around this hasted up DK, but
He's
he
out.
knows his limits.
Okay. Still
Yeah,
thinking...
the other thing that's also surprised me is that Puck has gone for a Soul Ring. So is this like an SRF special, I guess?
I don't know. This is my first time ever seeing him play.
Yeah, I've never seen this build before. As now Chen. Okay, now this is a bit much.
Well,
Or he's right.
pops a dragon out. Oh no, the arrow got hit, but still the Ice Blast will follow up. Great false promise, keeping up safe. And now Y-Chan, he's someone stuck there. The coil does end, and nobody dies. So I think the Face Boots and the Orb of Venom, in addition, both works very well as a lane harassing tool. Sorin has me scratching my head a little bit.
I don't know. I've never been a fan of Orb of Venom on any ranged heroes. It's just, like, there's some damage over time, yes, but the slow is so insignificant. I guess if you are going for phase boots, then every little bit counts, but then you'd think that maybe a windlace would be a better use of your money for that slot. So, I don't know, this whole Puck build, like, if you showed me these 6 items, Puck would be like one of the last heroes I would have ever guessed.
That's for sure. Alright, Lao A does have the Blink Dagger, did reveal it mid, but now does have a Lifestealer. Smoke breaks, thanks to Invis Nyx. Does he want to jump Sakata? Does Sakata even know?
Nah, nighttime vision too low. Ricky,
Oh, now he knows.
Poke it out.
And now he did. False
Yeah, one
promise.
more.
Was still on cooldown. Oh, the Ricky just got nuked down under the building. Alright.
Still, that's a very worthwhile trade for BraveHeart. They're hitting their times exceptionally well. I don't know
Yeah.
how Lao A managed to finish off this Blink Dagger so early on, but 13-minute Blink Dagger for an offlane Slaughter against a dual lane is nothing to sniff at. Ricky wasn't even helping him out that much in the lane, and so
Oh, but he was.
He got that Blink Dagger. Well, he was helping out in the sense that you could feel safe, but Slaughter wasn't really farming anymore. It was just that I know where Oracle is because I'm the Ricky, but I mean, at any moment Sven can still Stormhammer you, I think.
It's more that Ricky was so effective, like on the mid and top lane, so the supports of Sven had to leave and help those lanes. And then
yeah, I guess
the
it's
Slaughter
true.
was like, okay, well, I'll just, you know, farm now. And even in the 1v1 Slaughter versus, well, hold that thought here, as we have now the Nyx getting ran over. BraveHeart pulling IGV right now through this Ricky pick, dude. This Ricky's dewarding. He has his ult available, and now he did.
Nothing to blink to.
Ooh, he's not dead.
Is under attack.
All right,
Dire's structures are fortified.
this is like a patented. I hate that Ricky guy. You know, like he's playing so well, he's being so annoying. Didn't get that D ward off.
Boba Ricky?
Yeah,
That's the first thing that comes to my mind whenever I think of a Ricky. That just drives me crazy.
Dire's middle
dogfights.
is under attack.
Trying to set up
Top
here
lane.
on Y Chen. Impale will hit Stormhammer here to follow things up. Oh, where is he going? He's gonna go
don't know.
suicide for the building. He does get it. Great. Oh, actually, is he even gonna die? Dude, he turns around, gets like juked around the trees a little bit here, goes the other direction. Okay, we'll finally go down. Alright.
For a second, I thought he was like axe taunted or something. The way that he was
Yeah.
moving towards that puck. But yeah, I mean, he knew that he was probably dead, so might as well go for the tower. But he survived a lot longer than I was expecting. I guess I mean, it's the #1 net worth hero. He actually went for the drums. I know in the previous series we're like, well, what do you go for as a DK? Sometimes you go for Blink, sometimes you go for Hood, which he did go for the Hood, but then he went for a drum instead of an armlet afterwards.
Yep. Interesting build to go for both Hood and Drum. That's a lot of your early game gold into these items that pretty much falls off, 35 minutes in the game. But as we've seen today so far, games have been really decided in the first 35 minutes, right? So perhaps not the worst idea to go for these kind of early game items. Blink forward, God Strength activated. Y Chan, Chain Sun galore coming out here from IGV, and they're gonna kill that Dragon Knight twice in a row, and he is no longer the highest net worth hero.
Nope.
Dire's
He didn't activate his hood either. There was a brief period of time where he wasn't crowd controlled, but still didn't get time to activate the hood. But
Is
I
this
doubt
where
he
you go like
survived.
on your keyboard?
is under attack.
Yeah,
that hood,
that's
yeah.
exactly right. But it didn't come out. It's okay that the DK is going this defensive of build because even though many games have been decided in the first 30 or so minutes, as dogfights might get spotted out here.
Ooh, the crush. The spikes is always on time.
Holy damage.
Yep.
And now
Arrow.
Cicada. Whoa. He wants to follow up on this.
Yeah. I mean,
He's gonna get away with it.
he knew that the crush and the cloud has been both committed, so he
True.
could get the AA kill and gets out. So nicely done.
Yeah. So what I was saying about games being decided early on, this is also the first game in which we've seen a Midas throughout the 2 series that we casted as Lifestealer has picked one up, and so I am a big fan of DK going for this defensive build because like we said, his talents do a great job of basically taking the place of items. He's gone for the 10 strength, which is 100 HP, or sorry, 200 HP, and then afterwards, honestly, either of his level 15 talents I could see him getting, but it's a good idea for him to just tank up and give them some mid-game presence.
Yep. I really like the Midas choice as well on the Lifestealer this game. Normally you worry about kind of scaling compared to the enemy carry, but you have the StarLadder to give you Corrosive Haze, and they work so well together, so I like the Midas now, and then you still get to pick up kills like this. Like, it really doesn't matter what your item is, because the Lao Wei is doing most of the work by bringing you into the fights.
Do you not have your open mic on again?
My open mic.
Yes, your open mic.
Alright, it's on now.
GG. Oh, wait, no, I've got something for this.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's not really a good usage of WoW, but alright. Oh man.
Do you really think we're gonna see a full 5-man wipe? Because I had that one primed up, but for some reason I feel like this game is not going that way. It doesn't seem like team fights are on the menu for either of these
Well,
teams.
I mean, there is a Sven.
I'd say
So.
there is a Sven.
Yeah.
So, oh, Dust, bot lane, Ricky getting spotted out.
Ooh, SRF coming in here. SRF not even going for the standard blink. Look at him. Forward staff as a first major item. What is happening?
No, he got the blink.
Oh, sorry, I'm blind. Yep, I cast it at the
If he didn't go
Invitational
for the
this
blink,
year.
then I would have lost my mind because there's like as it is, the first 3 items are pretty out there. He doesn't even have his orb of venom.
No, the thing is, I didn't expect him to have blink by now because of all the item he went for. So I was surprised that, you know, I just did, yeah. BraveHeart, I'm sorry, guys. Top, as we have initiation goes on, Lao Wei is Lao dead.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
double damage rune, Mirana. She went for a diffusal blade first item. Again, every single time I see a diffusal blade, I think, what are the things useful for purging? And again, in this game, it doesn't really seem like there's much, as now they're going in, but they're gonna go Light Shadow and might try
Arrow
to turn it
flying.
around. Sakata has no fear whatsoever.
Yeah, he's got a Oracle backing him up, so he understands that he should be fine for the most part. The only thing that you really has to worry about from the other side is Smoke Cloud. Because Moonlight Shadow, or sorry, the False Promise doesn't really help you if you're clouded.
Right. Which I imagine that Super's probably gonna go for a 4-step if he manages to get any farm whatsoever. It's hard out here for an Oracle. He's got 1.2k net worth and he might die now.
Yep.
Yep.
Man, that backstab damage is huge when you have the corrosive.
You got a corrosive haze. It's serious. Oh, and I mean, to 876's credit, he's farming pretty well. He's already got 1 blade of alacrity towards his diffusal blade, so this Riki is not necessarily falling behind by any means. He's actually out farming the Nyx assassin.
Yep. Meanwhile, we got StarLadder going for a Hannah Midas of his own, so keeping up the economy. I gotta say, I think if this game does go long, and it seems like it will go long, I think BraveHeart definitely has the economy advantage, right? With double Midases on the heroes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, and plus, I think their hero... Well, again, the Sven factor always complicates things, because sometimes all of the net worth in the world won't matter whenever you get critted in the face. But as the game progresses, definitely I put more money on BraveHeart scaling better.
Right. It comes down to like kiting the Sven, having vision to see the Sven initiation, which on paper you have a Riki, right? So you should be able to have at least some better idea where that Sven might be.
Right now, they're hoping they have an idea of where he might be. Oracle's policing them, and they're gonna go the opposite direction.
Bottom tower
Nyx
is under
Assassin
attack.
might have broken Ricky's smoke. I don't know if they know that. It doesn't look like they know that.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under
Ships
attack.
in the night.
Everybody missing out. Dogfights going right back in, and he's really in an awkward position on zone. But again, nobody seeing each other, and they fine.
Dogfights might spot something though.
Okay,
I
they
see Ricky farming.
That's flying out. Coil only hits a Dragonite. Dragonite, well, BKB coming on the backline. They want to kill DK of all people. He loses about half his HP. He's not going to die from this. He walks back out, and now it's going to be Ricky in a little bit of trouble trying to activate his ultimate. Does not get it off. The BKB now does end on Flyby, and Flyby, using his 10-second BKB, might get chased down. Blink's following in, trying to get that DK. They really want him dead. And now they're really unsure who they want to focus. Sakata's being focused on next.
One
Leap.
second. I was
Get
holding on
yourself
to
out
it.
of it. They still have Blink DK to follow up, and they will follow up. Couple more right click, fire brief. Not gonna have the mana for that. Sakata very low. The Urn's gonna take him down. Whew. That was a long and chaotic chase, but I think that was a big victory for BraveHeart. You use your 10 second BKB, and you lost more heroes.
Yeah, Sven is not really at the point. This is kind of the problem with going such an early BKB that a lot of Sven's face. Yes, you do gain strength, and God Strength does multiply your damage off of strength, but at the same time, you're hindered by your attack speed, and right now all Sven has is a Mask of Madness.
Right.
You need to make sure that you can't get kited. And DK, he took some damage while he was underneath the Dream Coil stun, but then once he walked out, he was much faster than Sven, and after that, Sven had to settle for killing off the Ricky.
I think if you look at that replay again for that team fight, as soon as the coil went down only on the Dragon Knight, that was a lost team fight for IGV, because that meant, you know, you had to dump your Sven's damage into a Dragon Knight, which didn't even come close to dying. And he did jam that button on the hood there.
Yeah,
which
did for sure.
helped him survive. Dogfights? Oh god. Oh god.
What a war.
Oh god, dogfights. Alright, Orb of Venom. Dot with the spike return. Alright.
What a player. They got the Arcane Rune on DK though, and that's super value because you have such a low cooldown. You have basically like 80% uptime on your next Dragon Form cast.
Smoke usage?
And I gotta smoke up with it.
I heard the infest sound here from Lao A.
Ooh, dueling smokes.
And now, who's got the better vision game? IGV checks inside the Roshan pit. Oracle smoke breaks, and now they see Oracle. Dogfight comes in. Do they have detection? They just run right past him. And now on the back line, they kill out the Oracle. That is the target that you want right from the get-go. Now Puck in a little bit of trouble as well. Puck trying to orb through all of this. He's going to try to blink out. No, Cloud waiting for him. They get the one, they get the two. And now they're fighting into the Shrine of IGV. They don't care about the Shrine at all. Nice and pale. Ricky's doing a lot of damage on the back line here. Sakata's still on the run. They open wounds up, and they should be able to chase him down. They do. That is so far 3-for-1 exchange. And now flyby on the back line. That is the second usage of that BKB. I think we have reached that stage in the game where the Sven is getting kited. And the Sven is losing his effectiveness very rapidly. BraveHeart, to me, is primed to win this game off of 2 teamfight victories.
Yeah, poor Sven. Every single time he isolates a target for a Stormhammer, it's always DK. And that time he almost had a follow-up with Murana Arrow, but DK is just too fast in that Dragon form. And he just skirts right by it. Sven is struggling to find a target. And Puck hopes to follow up with an initiation, but ends up giving up a gem in the process. So IGV lose one of their biggest assets at fighting against Ricky initiation.
Yeah.
As now Ricky has claimed it as a trophy.
Would you say that on paper both of these teams have the whole like, hey, if I find one of your heroes, we could burst them down instantaneously? Because on one side you have the Puck Sven,
But I think, yeah, go ahead.
and the other you have the what we've been seeing right from the BraveHeart squad with the Slaughter Lifestealer. So I just feel like BraveHeart is just playing better because I think on paper both lineup has the kind of the insane initiation capability. It's just that BraveHeart is the one that's finding all these connections.
Yeah, in a parallel universe, it's the reverse initiations because the teams have like almost mirrored comps. They have an Invis Initiator, Nyx Assassin on IGV, Ricky on BraveHeart. They've got quick burst physical damage on IGV. It's with the Sven. On BraveHeart, it's the Infest Realm of StarLadder and Lifestealer. And they've got relatively good, like, I guess, ways of tanking through it. IGV has the Oracle, and BraveHeart has this DK who's just inherently tanky. And so it all comes down to who finds who first, and BraveHeart has just been getting the upper hand. I don't really think it's like a matter of skill or anything. I'm sure that, you know, it plays a factor, but it's vision that's the biggest thing.
Sure. Yo, this dragon form is neat.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, this reminds me of something.
Giving some cosmetics.
Yeah, out of Game of Thrones, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you're a big watcher.
I don't follow it, but I see it on Reddit the next day, and I heard that everyone was like, "Oh my god,
Oh my god.
Frost dragons."
Winter Wyvern, Kappa.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard.
Alright, I think this is gonna be a big game changer for BraveHeart to extend the lead that they have. They now have a heart, or not a heart, a gem. On 876.
Ooh, SRF. He has a 4-staff, so it's not that big of a deal if he gets caught. And 876 guesses the wrong way.
They might still run into him, as he probably might like orb a wave or something. No,
Possibly.
he's good. He's
Yeah,
out.
He's giving up.
But yeah, that means A76, especially with this Quelling Blade next to the gem, you will be able to essentially deward everything, and makes it even harder for IGV to take some good team fight.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time left on this Aegis, but they might just start using it now.
Yeah. Did it have any defensive force staff? There is a false promise. Ice Blast though, flying in hot. It's gonna hit on the Mirana on the backline though. Lao A, he's gonna go down here. Dragon Knight activating his BKB and now controlling the Sven with his Frost Breath.
He's so slow.
Mirana still goes down to the Ice Blast Shatter, I believe, and now Sven, through his BKB, does go down. And BraveHeart, despite the fact that I think Sven, at the start of the teamfight, had the highest net worth, it never really felt like Sven was the macho man, you know? Just getting controlled.
It's always coming down to initiation. Mirana was caught out in the jungle. False Promise had to be used to save her, and wasn't even possible because, like, that interaction that we mentioned in the draft phase, the Ice Blast connected after the False Promise came out, and so the Shatter debuff was going to last way longer, so Oracle didn't even bother putting in Purifying Flames, she shattered, and then after that Sven was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't have a team.
Now we see even more items to control the Sven. There is a Heaven's Halberd
Middle tower
to disarm the Sven. You know, between Heaven's Halberd and the Dragon Knight Frost Breath, is this Sven gonna really do much for the rest of the game?
Nope.
Radiant's
I don't
middle
think
tower
so.
has fallen.
Rough life.
Very rough life. You wish that there was something like a Darkseer on IGV's team to either, like, vacuum people in to keep them in Sven's wake, or to surge the Sven, but right now, like, are there even any 4-staffs? There's just Puck's 4-staff on the side of... Oh, wait, never mind. Nyx Assassin also has one. So they have
Yeah.
2 4-staffs. It's not too shabby, but still, like, Sven needs to be able to keep... Oh, wow. Oh my god, what a 4-staff crush onto SRF. He doesn't know that he canceled it. He just went for it, but he canceled the TP of Puck in the top lane, so Puck is like... He's gonna have to go to the enemy fountain, I guess.
Well, it will still be on cooldown, right? So he probably just walk it off. Walk it
Yeah,
home.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he'll cut a wave or two.
He can't get back home, though, and it looks like they want to push on the mid lane as they go in, almost get the Dragon's Tail on Oracle, but no.
Slaughter could have blinked after, but perhaps didn't want to go into high ground like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dogfights does have that Hanamitis in addition to the
Dire's
Force Staff.
top tower has
I
fallen.
mean, you said that the Force Staff could, you know, push the Sven to chase more people, but I think they need to reserve the Force Staff against the Ricky Smoke Cloud. Because that's been really a dagger in their back.
That's true, but only one of the 4-staffs needs to be used for that, because chances are unlikely that Ricky will be able to catch multiple...
Sure,
or
that's
both
true.
the Sven. Oh, wait, dogfights.
Okay.
Spotted.
Everybody's stunned.
No, Rick.
And
Oh.
everybody's stunned again. And he's out. That is the one thing that Dogfights has been doing extremely well this game. He's always spiking
Yeah.
the stun.
Yeah, his timing is incredible. It's one of those times that Lifesteal is like, damn, I wish my Infest didn't do damage.
Yeah. And there's no way you can pop Rage before you like pop out the Infest,
Nope.
right? So it's just...
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, Sakata, what a boss.
Hey, he's got his whole team behind him.
Still, though, like, you'd think that when you're... It's not that far behind, you're 4k down, but, like, there are a lot of Blink Daggers on the enemy team. There's one on DK, there's one on Slaughter. I guess, technically, you just saw an Infest Bomb go off, and then you've got Ricky with an inherent Blink, so you've got to be careful about a turnaround.
So far, Sakata has not been punished for it. And I think he needs to continue to be playing aggressive, well, when the time is right. He is going to be going for the BKB, which will answer a lot of his troubles, right? The Smoke Cloud, the whole Slaughter stuff. The question is whether he could actually get off his BKB in time.
Yeah, if he has timing like dogfights, then he might be able to, but right now the initiation from BraveHeart is just so fast and so unpredictable, like it might come on his bot lane.
Right? Coil's going to be used. And that is a axe coil, so this coil will break here on the Lifestealer, even through the rage. There's no way they can actually kill him, right? They will get the slaughter instead. And now the Impale connects, okay. That's looking pretty good, and now they stun him up again as well. HMX trying to get some HP back. Can he actually walk this off? There is no way. Now the Dragon Knight has initiated himself into the bosom of 4 IGV hero. Can he actually blink back out? No, they're controlling him as well. A couple more right clicks. Can he actually get off his blink dagger? No, he's being controlled, and he is getting right click down one by one by one. BraveHeart feeds right into IGV, and I think this game is right back in the even, at least according to the Go graph.
Yeah, and according to the fact that none of these heroes have buyback, which I doubt they would have spent it anyway. I don't think IGV are going to be able to take a high ground, but they're going to take a lot of structures. I imagine they'll take this tier 2 and then go bot right after for that tier 2. Or they might go high ground.
Dire's middle tower
50 seconds with no DK, and you know he doesn't have dragon form even if he did have buyback.
Well, in Chinese, we call touch the building a little bit to, you know, basically do a little bit of damage before they respawn.
What we say in North America, the unhealable damage.
Yeah, touch the building a little bit. But instead of touching it, they are just mowing it down. Oh, yeah.
They're molesting this tower.
BraveHeart, show me where they touch you. And it's all in the mid lane right now. Okay, the Spike Carapace. Nobody gets killed. IGV retreats fully off one mistake of BraveHeart. And now they're down Rex.
I guess they did need buyback. Shit.
Alright. This just reminds me of that Sven game we just had. This had nothing to do with the Sven, but still, you know?
Except last time it was the props of that Afu Earth Spirit capitalizing on a counter initiation. This time it was BraveHeart kind of throwing themselves into IGV, which once you failed the gank, I guess they may have not known
They
that it
didn't
was
fail
an
the
Aghanim
gank.
Scepter punk.
They killed the Oracle, remember?
Yeah, so what?
They killed the
You don't wanna go
Oracle,
through all that.
and then they just got coiled on the way out, so I don't know if that's failing a gank. And they were over here. You didn't think you lose 2 heroes over here. You lose a Rax.
You're behind Radiant's tower. Of course
Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna come rotate.
I mean, sure, if you lose 1 or 2 heroes there, you might lose a tier 2 or something. But losing a Rax?
Yeah, that's
Damn,
true.
that's kind of crazy. What happened to that Ricky gem? I don't think he died, right? Oh no, he passed over to the ancient
AA,
Emperor. Yeah.
yeah.
Now pass it back. But now there's a gem on the pucks, so they can actually see BraveHeart. Oh no, they got him good, and oh, well, he's still alive right now. Now the ult comes through. Here comes Flyby, trying to control the DK. The Dragon Knight will get right click down, and now Flyby going for the Ricky. That's a freebie as well. They see Lao A. Lao A gonna get orb down. That's 3 kills so far. On the back line here, they're trying to kill Super, but Super does actually disarm Lifesteal a little bit to extend his life. And now he's being controlled. Sakata, oh, disarm again. Rages off. Sakata ain't no pussy, so he's staying in the fight. And he's looking for HM. Ooh, okay, he good. For now.
Yeah, sure, just navigate him on down the lane, except he's in the front line creep, so it's gonna die.
I mean, they're not even gonna care, right? They're gonna just hit the Raxus right now. Flyby's already at the top Rax. And he's gonna pop that Mask of Madness.
Dogfights is waiting for his moment on this mid lane. He keeps fake canceling Impale on this creep.
It's better off if he just...
Right, now he's not even in range.
Yeah, I think he's just messing with them.
This, I mean, honestly, Dogfights has been doing a lot. Not only has been staying alive, but these mana burns have been destroying Lifestealer. Part of the reason that gank on the bot lane went so poorly is because Dogfights, with this freaking 4-second mana burn, just obliterated all of these strength heroes' mana. StarLadder had no mana, DK had no mana, Lifestealer had no mana, and they couldn't do anything to get out of these situations because even though these heroes are very tanky, they are also dependent on their spells to keep them alive.
So not only are you down 2 Raxes, you've lost your gem, you lost any resemblance of map control. And if IGV could get this Aegis, there is, I think, very little left in BraveHeart's tank. And now Dogfights goes up the ramp, scouting out any... Oh, Aegis gonna get claimed. On the backline though, they get the quick kill on the Oracle. And they're gonna try to get a little bit more. BraveHeart gonna get the Mirana Aegis as well. Flyby's BKB is gonna be running out, so maybe they could actually win this fight. Sakata's inside the pit. Oh, he leaps away, but the Sun will follow. They are gonna get him dead as well. Alright. BraveHeart definitely making this game a game, but I don't know how much more they go. And the rest of IGV will retreat very rapidly.
876 is trying to find anything else if possible, but IGV scattered too quick. I'm surprised that Mirana played it so conservatively. Like, so she leaped in the wrong direction after her Aegis went down, and she didn't activate her BKB, and she didn't eat cheese either, which I'm sure he was mashing the cheese button, but he was pretty much chain stunned the entire time. But not activating the BKB was surprising to me.
Right.
So she's down for quite a bit and might have to buy back for this.
It almost seemed like a panic moment where he kind of clicked the hero in the wrong direction, and all kind of went downhill from there.
I think it's totally worth the buyback to not lose a Rax, but Dragon's Form is down, so maybe they won't lose a Rax regardless.
They're gonna pop the glyph and try to scare back the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight ain't scared though.
Dream Coil's up. Yeah.
I don't think they want to use any ability like too offensively. They don't want to fight until the Mirana is alive. And recognizing that BraveHeart is gonna go home. So as good as that kind of little exchange was for BraveHeart, I don't think that was enough in the grand scheme of things.
No, you needed to get a buyback out, or you needed to take a Rax. Neither of those things happening means that BraveHeart are basically where they started. They got rid of the Aegis, but you're still down 2 Raxes.
IGV, Moonlight Shadow, and Smoke both activated. They know where the Dragon Knight is. This ward did give a little bit of vision of him, but Dragon Knight is able to get up and get back in time.
IGV don't need to go for anything crazy. They have 2 lanes pushing with the Rax down. They can just kind of slow siege the last lane.
And 2 gems, so they could just control the map vision-wise, farm all their jungle and stuff like that. They could get the shrine.
Dire are scanning.
There's no rush.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
You can always hold out for Puck level 25 also. Take all the time in the world. He's already got Dagon 5 queued up.
There you go.
I do think this Aghanim's pickup on Puck was a great idea. Usually you won't see it until like a 5th or 6th item, but he got this one after the Force Staff was after the Force Staff was completed actually. So it was basically like the 3rd item for Puck, and I think it's been working wonders.
I mean, that's really their only way to control the Life Slur in Rage, right?
Right.
Alright, Ricky
Wow,
looks like...
BraveHeart looked like they want to defend this.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this is the angle you want to defend from. Arrow, I don't think that actually... Oh, no, it did. Gave vision of Lao A. A76 does have a gem now. Remember, like, 25 minutes ago, you say he was farming really well. He was starting his, diffuser blade. But
I remember that.
The tides have changed. Alright, the arrow does hit on the Slaughter on the back line. But A76 still scouting things out.
They have to go back to their base. The tier 4s are going to start getting pushed in by creeps.
Tier 4 regen, right? No problem, dude.
I suppose. Flyby makes quick work out of the last remaining outer tower, and it's all up to this final Rax defense. BKBs and ultimates are all ready for IGV.
They are wearing down this building very fast. Lurker mode engage, and well, they're gonna try to take him down. Not sure.
Where's the Carapace?
Carapace not on time here, but on the back line, it's gonna be HMX trying to get the Oracle kill. The Ghost Scepter keeping himself alive right now. Miranda winning the right click against the Life Slur. Dogfight so healthy throughout all of this. She's used Impale, not hitting on HMX. HMX still in there trying to kill everything, but looks like he will get cleaned up as well. Q for 0 engagement. Cheese was consumed, but IGV is about to end this game. Sven going on the tier 3. Dogfight's in there. Dogfight's gonna get stunned up. They're gonna throw everything on Dogfight. They will get him. SRF on the back line here. And I guess so far Rax is defended.
I don't really know if Dogfight's... Oh, no.
They will get one more. Alright.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the best idea for Dogfights to get that aggressive. Unless if Sven's on the high ground with you, I don't think that you should go Burrow on the high ground. The whole point of Burrow is that you have such a long range on Impale that you don't need to be on the high ground. But, yeah, Dogfights goes down. Oracle afterwards only had to spend 1 buyback on BraveHeart. It was your lifestealer, so not the best buyback. but it was a buyback nonetheless. Yo, is Starsky actually Light of Heaven? What is this dude pinging
Yeah.
shrines for?
Maybe Light of Heaven Apprentice. There you go, Starsky. I got you. For anybody that doesn't know, the in-joke is that Light of Heaven, if he's ever casting a game, he's pinging a shrine. For apparently no reason. Thank you.
No problem. Things are still looking pretty grim for BraveHeart. They are getting better initiations than... Like, it's been going back and forth. Like, in the first 15-20 minutes of the game, BraveHeart was getting all the vision pickoffs. Now, in, like, the 20 to 40-minute part of the game, it's been IGV with the upper hand every time, so... We'll see. BraveHeart still need to win, like, another good, like, 2 or 3 team fights before they can start even thinking about taking Raxes, but... They're not completely out of the game yet.
And for sure, like, regardless of how this game goes, I feel like BraveHeart is looking like a contender, right? They're not free at all.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this to be a fairly decent series, moving into Game 2 and maybe even Game 3. For now, though, we see BraveHeart trying to wrestle some map control back on their side. Now, there's a blink on the Ricky. This is where Ricky kind of gets immortal if you don't get jumped on. You get the whole, you know, use my tricks of the trade and then blink out of it.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
And the same thing also goes for his initiation power. Like, Oracle's been playing it pretty safe and getting pretty good false promises whenever he gets the opportunity, but if Riki is leaping all the way back to your backlines, then Oracle's all of a sudden going to have to use the false promise on himself to stay alive against Riki.
Well, I think BraveHeart is very content to sit in their base like this for a while, because I don't think 2 lanes of big creeps are enough to pressure them, really. I think IGV is doing the standard China Dota thing where it's like, hey, we're ahead, let's wait for the next Roche.
Puck 25. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
I think he had a tome. I think that's why he has a slot open right now, is because he just ate a tome.
I've been seeing more and more players go for the orb speed, though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you can make the argument that the orb speed is, like, even better in this scenario, right? Because you're up 2 Raxes. Like, how much more do you need to get that last set of Rax? It's not about gold, right? It's more about winning the fights.
True. But they have pretty good initiation as it is, and usually I find... Like, it's the same argument a lot of times for Spirit Breaker. I don't know actually what his other 25 is, but I know the one that everyone usually goes for is, like, the Bullet
Charge
Train
speed.
Mach Speed Charge, yeah. And that's because it makes your initiation power, like, ridiculous.
I think the other one might be the bash percentage.
Oh, yeah. Another 17%.
Right. Which also increase your initiation power, so hey.
True.
It's just that one is way more fun.
Although, Flyby does not have a Moon Shard yet, so if he did go for the GPM talent, he could start force-feeding Moon Shards into Sven's mouth. Roshan is not up, as AA confirms, and then Super also double confirms for his team.
Alright, I'm gonna check out on buyback status, especially the buyback status of Dire. Alright, Dragon Eyes got it.
Nice.
And Dragon
Back
Eyes
in the game.
probably, like, the worst hero to have buyback on.
Yeah, probably. StarLadder did have it, but he finished off his BKB, which I think is the right call.
Alright, Roche. Aegis goes to Sakata, Cheese on dogfights.
Flyby, it's backpack. Oh, yeah, give it to dogfights.
Because dogfights needs to sit in the front, you know?
Right. Burrow. Eat. Just be fat and lazy. Ooh,
Okay.
smoke up.
Are they gonna walk
The
down
bot
the
lane
middle?
is not very pushed right now. Yeah, they could go through middle.
Thinking about it. That is a Divine Rapier. I love this
Whoa.
team now. I think this is
Hot
kind of what they
damn.
need, right? Like, something crazy.
This is the bravest heart. This is China Heart.
This is the right play, I
Keeping
think,
the,
yeah.
Dude, he bought it inside of StarLadder, so they can't even see that there's a rapier.
That is
right
so
now.
next level. I guess the only way you could see it is if you saw on the courier, but I don't think they did.
No. He like I think StarLadder literally
No.
took Lifestealer.
The courier flew by. Yeah. So now he just never comes out until a teamfight happens, right? You don't get.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's a long con, dude. Here we go.
The only thing is you need to, and you don't even need to worry about carapace anymore because dogfights is going to be burrowed all the time.
Well, if he actually spike... Oh, here we go. The initiation is going to happen right now. And on the backline, Laoe gets nobody. He's going for the Ghost Scepter target. All of that Divine Rapier damage is doing absolutely nothing. He's actually focusing on the False Promise unit. And now he's in a creep again. I don't even think they clicked on his item yet. And now... Well, now they clicked on him. Now they know. That was the reveal, and now... Oh, man. Laoe has been...
even.
Laoe has been so good on his initiation, but that clutch one he missed. I think he meant to get the Oracle and he was just a little bit short.
Yeah. You need the Ricky. The Ricky is the one who needs to go way the hell back and figure out what's going on, which is now he's kind of doing. They have this aggressive ward kind of getting vision, and BraveHeart 876 is looking around, but he has to be so worried about this gem from Puck.
Well, he does see the gem on Puck. But BraveHeart does have the flying vision thanks to the ward. And they are thinking about again. Okay, solo smoke from Laoe. I like this even more. The arrow flies by.
His BKB's down though. His BKB's down for 15 more seconds.
It's about the Lifestealer, right?
It's true.
Sakata, it's the one with the Aegis. Link's. Oh, the spike's gonna be there! And they spike the Infest as well! They're gonna get the Lifestealer, the Aegis! Oh no, the Divine Rapier drops on the ground. Puck says, thank you for that, and now... Alright, actually, who picked it up? I'm not too sure. Puck doesn't have it anymore. It doesn't matter here. Ooh, the false promise at the very last second. DK, well, now we'll drop it, and the GG is called immediately. Spike Carapace!
How did dogfights do that? That's like... How?
He's been doing it all game.
I know, but it's even harder when you are burrowed.